First and foremost, congratulations. Being able to show you wanted to go out. I know it had to be an emotional decision to make, but when did you finally come to that decision, and how'd your family feel about it?
Oh, I think, throughout the course of the year, I think you kind of, and take in everything that's kind of happened over the last couple of years, injury-wise, and I'm getting older on this league too, and it keeps getting younger. But I think, this season kind of going in was something that I was honestly thinking about already. I'd seen it, but I was going to see how I felt, and I just think for myself, my family, I think it's the right time, and I obviously a few others as well, and put them in the best position to have success. So, sure, it's definitely a tough decision to come to, but I think it was the right one. I can't say enough good things about the city and the organization, development, all the guys I've played with, and the student group over the name, but around that's better and made the experience to play my entire career out in one city, and the reason I stayed as long as I did, I'm surrounded by good people and loyal to this organization and this city. It's meant everything to be able to play in my whole career.
I know you're a professional. You'll be out there no matter what. But how hard was it this season? Nicks and bruises and bones and aches and tendons. How hard was it getting through this season?
It was tough, and then I think a lot of things I probably try to keep to myself as much as I could, especially with the guys going through. Everyone goes through stuff like that during the season, but I think this year I've had a lot of injuries in the last couple of years that have kind of, my body's telling me one thing, and I try not to listen to it as long as possible. But I think it's now it's time to start paying attention to her, and so it was definitely tough this year. Maybe this year more than others, but now it's so with all that, I kind of made the decision I think a little bit easier.
You've got some games still to play, but have you had time to reflect on just what your favorite moments were, what your favorite memories are in this locker room or wearing this Griffins jersey?
There's a lot. I think as things have kind of winded down here, we're trying to make the playoff push in the last couple of months. So you're not really thinking about it too much, but and now we're kind of at this point in the year and everything else. So this is what I'm going to do. You start thinking about the beginning. I can remember being an 18-year-old kid, sitting in the stands coming out of junior and watching the fan base, how much support there was for it. And I still think about that, as you get to the end here. And then obviously the championships. Those are two things. I have friends for life from those two teams. And that means a lot to me that I was able to do that here with this organization. So I start thinking about everything. I'm sure when the season ends and I kind of have a little bit more time to reflect, it'll be fun. I think I have great memories here, and I think as we get to the end, you kind of start thinking about everything as a whole.
What's the response been like to this news?
Well, my phone's been blowing up. I think I try not to look at it. We had practice today, but I think first and foremost, in my family, the support system I have, my brother and my wife and my parents. They've been, supporting me my whole life, obviously, but they were just a decision. I think when you start thinking about it, I think it's kind of probably time, and they've supported me throughout this whole thing, and my wife especially has been by my side, and it means everything to me that they'll be able to be here for my last game, and just the support that they've given me has been amazing.
Obviously, it's the game you love, but what off the ice do you think you'll miss once you finally step away?
Well, I think it's I feel like it's kind of the same with everybody. Just the camaraderie and with the guys in the room. I have friends for life from this organization, and guys that I'll talk to forever, and hopefully guys that I've helped along the way as well. And I think this is it can be tough when you start thinking about all the memories you've had with the different guys that you've played with. So I think camaraderie with your teammates is something that you think about first and foremost.
And emotionally, what goes into making a choice like this? I can't imagine it was a 1 or 2 day thing. Mentally, what's it like to finally make that decision to retire?
I think, like you said, it's a long process. Just you think about. You think about everything. You think about your family, your health, a lot goes into it, and and I want to give the guys in the room the best situation to win and to be better. And if I think helping them in some other way is best. I'm going to be rough for them, and that's what I've done my whole career. I mean, when I'm playing Grand Rapids, I've given everything to the room here and to the staffs that have been here in the front office, and so it's definitely it's a tough decision, but I think, like you said, it's not a one-day thing. Come start thinking about it as you get closer to it.
I got two more for you. The first one, I know you've been focused. Like I said, I know you mentioned you being a professional, but when you think about that next chapter, is it more golfing, more family time, getting a boat? What are you looking forward to here?
I don't know. I think you start thinking like all the road trips. We just had a long round trip too, so you just start thinking about taking some time away and kind of spending time with family and for a little bit here. But I love this game, and I love working with the younger players especially, and I think I want to stay in hockey for sure. And so thinking about those things is something that goes through your mind towards the end. But I think initially, when the season's over, take some time away and kind of just think about a long career that I've had here, and one that I've been very grateful and fortunate enough to have.
One day your 18 is going to be hanging up in the Raptors. I don't think there's any question about that. Brad Thompson said he's seen every single one of your games, and so could his beard be attached to the 8 on the jersey or something? Could we find a way to somehow incorporate him into your jersey retirement ceremony?
I'd love to have matching one, or have me and him up there at the same time. I mean, that's a guy that I came in at 18 and he just took me under his wing. I knew, he's family to me. Since day one, he's had my back. He's helped me grow as a man and as a player too. I think people don't realize, unless you come into this room, how much he does for us as not just players but as individuals. I mean, people leave this organization and still are calling him for advice on even just life. So, being able to have him by my side for the last game is going to be emotional, but I think it's going to be that's the one guy I want next to me for an insult.
We're good. Thank you very much, man.
Make runs.